website. And if you scroll down here, they have something called services. And here they have the Times Reader. I show you this because I think it's kind of interesting. It's a project New York Times did together with Adobe. So we wanted to provide, or they wanted to provide, an offline version, an offline reader. So I actually just started up here. It's a Times Reader. It's a standalone application running inside my operating system, but it connected to New York Times. So it feeds me with all the data here, and I can subscribe to this service and get more information than I can get on the website. And it can work offline, so I can read yesterday's newspaper here, and I don't need to be connected all the time. And also have some cool stuff here that you don't get in the printed newspaper. You have interactive crosswords, for example. That's pretty nice. So this is the New York Times Reader. It's a rich internet application. So going back to my presentation here. So IDML, just to give you a quick update on this, because I've seen in the former presentation here that it's pretty interesting. So XML is a fantastic tool to transfer information from one storage, one database, one application to another. It's really great for doing that. And it really exports the content of a frame, the content of a product data, for example. What we try to do with InDesign is to also export the design as XML. We want to be able to describe the entire document as XML. So we deliver now to our partners something called IDML, because this is more of partner-facing feature. But I think it's really important that you knew what we're doing, and it can be interesting for you to be aware of this. So what this gives our partners like Stibo is a possibility to complete this, create an InDesign document from scratch, including not just the content, but also the form. And they can, change text frames, change size of document. They can apply or tear apart the document, put it together again. And it really gives them a lot of different possibilities. So you can store InDesign or design the templates in a database. And you can merge it with newsfeed or product information. And you can create InDesign document on the fly without even touching InDesign or InDesign server. And it's just when you need to parse this to get a PDF, for example, then you need to touch InDesign server or InDesign. So this was something that partners really love. I see lots of different solutions around these possibilities here with IDML. So it's a fully described InDesign document in XML. Another technology we do lots of investment in is metadata. And just to give you an idea why. So big companies, big enterprise companies and big media companies drowning in assets. They have so much information and assets, so it's really hard to track. And most of the tagging of assets, the metadata tagging, it's metadata I'm talking about now, is done when you distribute the files. So for example, YouTube, if you take YouTube, it's a good example. They have hundreds of thousands uploads every day. And I think the last time I read, they have like 14 billion video clips online. And the average tagging, the average metadata tagging is 3 tags on each film. It's like, funny or girl, or pretty useless actually if you really want to reuse or find this content. So what we're trying to do now is to make it easier for customer to tag. It should almost be automatically tagged. And for example, in the last video tools, the last version of our video tools, like Premiere, we have a technology so we can transform spoken words into metadata. So if you have, for example, a video clip, an interview, a 1-minute interview, the entire dialogue and all the speaking words during that minute can automatically transform into metadata tags and be embedded in the file. So instead of 3 tags that you have to do when you upload a file, automatically you get maybe 500 tags in the file that relate to what was said in the file. And this is very, very useful. So for example, BBC, they produce 17 terabytes of news data every week. So they need this kind of technology to be able to keep track on what they're doing. Can you follow me so far? Okay. So we think this really increase the lifetime of assets. It's bring more value into the assets and more intelligent into your files. And this is, everything from text to documents to movie files or photos. So this is really what we are delivering today. Adobe have transferred to be more of a technology provider than a software provider. Everyone thinks about, Photoshop and Acrobat, but we deliver so much technology to our partners so they can build solution on top of. So for example, we have the tools, the standard tools, the software, but we have lots of services now, online services. We have servers, for example, InDesign server, lifecycle servers, and then we have a big partner ecosystem like Stibo is a part of, that built on top of this technology. And then we have all the readers to show this, the Air reader, the Flash reader, and so on. And all the different channels up in the top. So